Hey guys, Dr. C here, and welcome back to Data Analysis and Statistics for the Social Sciences. Did you know that there's a better way to take notes? So the folks at Cornell developed a new system called the Cornell Notes. And what they did is they investigated the study habits of thousands of students, and they came up with two essential truths for how it is you can better take notes and better understand the material. So these truths included: one, you've got to take your notes by hand. So we all know that if you type out the notes, that it's a lot faster for you to take the information that's in a lecture and record it somewhere. But the problem with doing this is that it doesn't get recorded in your brain. So you got to record your notes by hand if you really want that information to stick. Two, when it comes to taking notes, you've got to do something with those notes. But what really matters is taking those ideas and reorganizing them, rearranging them, and getting them set up to answer things that you care about. So when it comes to this course, I want you guys to be able to take advantage of this knowledge. So what I've done is I've developed a form of Cornell Notes to work with our course and to work with statistics in general. And by using this note-taking system, you guys are going to take better notes for this course. Now, when it comes to this Cornell system, the way it works is you have to include 4 different things in your notes. So one, you need to include a minimum working example of how these tools work. So when it comes to my own research, I do the same thing. I want to know how to use a certain method, how to use it to analyze data that I care about. You got to write down, okay, step by step, from beginning to end, how does this tool actually work? 2, you also need to include vocabulary words. We're going to cover a lot of new terms in this course, terms maybe you even heard about in your own life, but maybe the definition we're going to use in this course is going to be a little bit different. So you want to write that down as well. You also want to include things like questions. So anything you feel less sure about, you need to write that down. You also should write down any kind of questions you have about mathematical computations. We don't do any incredibly sophisticated math in this course, but if there's an order of operations that you're unclear about, you want to write that down. You want to have that at your disposal. And then finally, what you need to do is you need to summarize the material. So you need to write, in general, what are these tools, the material that we're learning about, what does that let us do? And 2, you want to focus your direction. You want to think, okay, now that I've got this tool, what am I going to use it for? So you want to think about your own research, your own topic, and think about something that interests you. So you might think to yourself, okay, I'm really interested in fear of crime, and what I want to know is, how does fear of crime differ for men as compared to, say, women? So these Cornell Notes are amazing, guys. These are notes, a note-taking system that I wish I had learned years ago, maybe even in high school. I think I would have just learned everything so much better if I had. I use a version of them today in my own research. So again, I also include minimum working examples. I write down definitions and terms that I don't know. I write down questions that I have. And I also think about, okay, what am I trying to use this method to do? So what I want you guys to do in this course when you're taking your notes is you're going to use this Cornell Notes system, and then this will help you better go from just consuming information and thinking more about, okay, how am I going to take this information and apply it to the research and the questions that you care about?